guys, how you doing? It's me, Sam. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm talking all things Les Paul. You just heard my old Les Paul through the Line 6 Helix using the JCM 800. I'm also going to use a real amp today, so there's some more clips to follow of me playing. I'm going to use that Huis and Kettner, and I'll take you in for a closer look at that. But first, let's check out the guitar. Here it is, it's my old 2005 Les Paul Standard. I've had this since 2006. I was 19 at the time, so a long time ago. So today I'm going to sort of take you through a few more tones, like I mentioned there with the Huis and Kettner. Also, what I want to do is share with you some experiences I've had with my Les Paul, talking about some of the mods that I've done, some of which have been great, some of which weren't quite as good. So yeah, hopefully you guys can sort of learn from my mistakes in this video. So let's check out the rig first. Alright, so here's the Tubemeister 18. So it's an 18 watt amp, and I've got it on full power in the back, even though you can actually bring it down to 1 watt if you like, but this is on full. So treble about 2 o'clock, mid about 1 o'clock, bass about 11 o'clock, master's halfway. Gains, you know, backed off a little bit from noon. I'm sort of about 11 o'clock there, and the nail bombs in my guitar are quite ferocious, so it's cooking around there. And I'm actually using all the channels, so that's the regular channel, that's the lead boost, and then over here for the clean channel, and the clean I've got the master pinned and the gain at about 4, and it's staying pretty clean around there. So yeah, let's check out the other room. I'm sure most of you are familiar with my closet by now, but just in case some of you are new, here's my Victory 212. Loaded with greenbacks, and that's an SM57 straight into my interface. So I'm probably not the first person to tell you that it can be quite difficult to keep a Les Paul in tune. And the first thing that I did to try to keep my guitar in tune better was I put a Graphtec nut on here. It's one of those self-lubricating ones. And it worked great for a little while, and eventually it wore out. So I don't recommend the Graphtec. I think after that I just got a regular bone nut put in, and I started to wear that out too. Because I think if you've got like a big vibrato and you're playing the guitar quite a lot, it's easy for that G string or D string to sort of saw its way through whatever nut. So this is the nut that I've had on for the longest. It's made of brass, and it's been just incredible. It's cut really well. A good friend of mine, Pat Huggard, did this in town here, and it stays in tune incredibly well now. So that's something that I really recommend, brass nut. I've heard some people say that they don't enjoy them because it's a different kind of a tone, but it's maybe a little bit more top end, but I quite enjoy it, to be honest. So really recommend the brass nut. Also, in terms of tuning stability, locking tuners is a great thing, you know. It's Grovers that I've got on here, and these have worked out really well for me. Also, I think tuning stability wise, talking about the top wrap, so you know, Billy Gibbons, Zakk Wylde, Joe Bonamassa, so many people enjoy the top wrap. And I think there's quite a few benefits. I think it can actually help your guitar stay in tune because it's not fighting to get over that. Sometimes there could be friction there. So I think that's a really good benefit. Also, having this top wrap, it makes things just a little tiny bit looser. So your vibrato and your bend is going to feel a little bit looser, which I think is a good thing. Having it wrapped over like this as well, I've heard people say that it increases the surface area of the string onto the hardware, and some people say that that can increase your sustain. You know, I'm sure that probably is true, but maybe it's just sort of a couple of percentage points that you're getting back on your sustain there. But also I think having contact tailpiece to the wood can give you a little bit more sustain too. All these things tend to add up after a while. So tuning stability wise, that's 3 things to think about. Top wrap, you could even upgrade this, but this is original on mine. Brass nut and locking tunes. So a few things I've done for playability on this. I've got some big stainless steel frets installed here, big 6100s. I definitely recommend that because the string goes into your finger and you've got really good control of it. It's not even feeling any wood when you do a vibrato. The fretboard is so far away from my finger, it's almost like a scalloped board. And I think it might make the guitar a little bit louder. Maybe that's just me, but that's something that I find. I've had quite a few guitars refretted, and I don't know, maybe there's something to that. I've had the nitro taken off the back of this, and also we actually changed the profile to be a little bit slimmer. And you know, I think it depends on if you're going to keep the guitar for your whole life, and if you are, go for it, because it can make it feel so much less sticky, so much faster. It might affect your resale value, so maybe if you're thinking about your guitars, you might flip it one day, maybe don't do that. But this has been really good for me. I actually had it was one of those FRX Floyd Roses on here for a long time, and one of the reasons why I did that was for tuning stability, but it just didn't really sort of work out for me because it felt different to other Floyds. I've got so many Strats with Floyds on them, and the FRX, it functions really well, it sounds really good, but it just feels, you know, very different to me. So I'm pretty glad that I've got the stoptail piece back on here now, and yeah, it's working out great. So that's just a few sort of playability things for you guys to think about. Okay, so let's talk about some hardware upgrades here. So metal output jack, that's such a good one. The plastic one that I had on here didn't last very well. It got cracked and it was falling off, so we put this metal one on here. I've got DiMarzio clip locks on here, which I really like. I'm such a Gary Moore fan, and he had them on his Les Pauls. So of course I had to copy that because I'm such a fanboy. I've got some bare knuckle nail bombs in here, which are, you know, a fantastically versatile pickup. It is quite a high output, but it's incredible how well these clean up. So check out the clean clip. You know, I'm playing some Star Wars kind of stuff on middle position here, and it sounds fabulous. I've also taken the poker chip off here just because I like the way that that looks. And I think I mentioned earlier the Grover tuners on here. So yeah, that's my recommendation. You know, it's really important having some sort of a locking device on your strap if you're standing up and playing shows, because dropping one of these on the floor, it's going to break. And by the way, mine has broken 3 times, so don't worry about that. If the headstock breaks off, it's going to be okay. It was quite traumatic the first time it happened to me. It almost brought me to tears, to be honest, because it was something that I was so attached to. It was like another limb, this thing. So yeah, that's a few sort of hardware things that you guys can think about. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Click the like and subscribe and leave me a comment, and catch you in the next video. Cheers guys.